Don't let COVID-19 kill all rape kit reform measures. That was the message today to state leaders from a coalition of law enforcement and sexual assault advocates. With the latest developments in Carol Levin's ongoing investigation, The Untested, here's reporter AJ Legault.
There's no straight answers with anything.
Tiffany Bowe found out the hard way that getting answers about your rape kit after you report a sexual assault is easier said than done in Minnesota.
Now it's just been a back and forth thing with trying to get information and figure out where it's at.
Last year, Carol Levin took you on a journey with Tiffany. After countless phone calls, she was eventually told to drive 40 minutes from home to the Sherburne County Attorney's Office to sign a special form.
This is the form.
Her story helped spark legislation to create an online system so sexual assault survivors would be able to easily track what was happening with their kit.
Right now, we have a patchwork of inconsistent ways in which local communities are dealing with the actual storage and tracking.
Ramsey County Attorney John Choi, along with law enforcement partners and sexual assault advocates, held an online press conference urging state leaders to move forward with that tracking bill, as well as companion legislation to create centralized storage at the BCA of rape kits done at hospitals but not yet reported to law enforcement.
That would eliminate a lot of the backlogs and also eliminate the possibility that we may let one of these cases slip through the cracks and not do our due diligence for that victim.
Carol Levin's investigation found rape kits going untested, miscounted, and even destroyed. A big component of the proposed reforms called for testing all kits in cases reported to law enforcement. But it came with a hefty price tag. Last week, State Representative Marion O'Neill, the bill's author, told Carol Levin the cost of battling COVID-19 has torpedoed that.
And unless it's directly related to COVID, it doesn't really have a chance right now.
But there is still a chance to make meaningful reforms that don't carry a huge financial requirement, said the group, now joining forces to push for the tracking and storage measures to move forward.
This legislation really, really does matter.
For Carol Levin Investigates, I'm AJ Legault.